Yo, what's up everybody out there in YouTube land? Triple B's is back with another horror movie review, and this is a spoiler review of Terrifier 2. But before I get into that, cheers y'all. After being resurrected by an unknown entity following the Miles County massacre, Art the Clown brutally attacks and murders the coroner with a hammer. He grabs a black garbage bag and heads towards the laundromat, and he strips down naked to clean his blood-soaked black and white clown outfit. Then he encounters a little pale girl, a mysterious, sinister entity with a similar clown attire that Art is wearing. She takes a nasty-ass shit on the floor and then walks over to Art, and they play patty cake. A lone Patreon sees Art interacting with the girl, who is invisible to him. Before Art leaves, he kills him and heads on down the road. A year later, teenager Sienna Shaw, played by Lauren Rivera, who is absolutely stunning in this role, puts the finishing touches on her Halloween costume, an angel warrior that was designed for her by her late father, who recently passed after having a brain tumor. Sienna's brother, Jonathan, wants to dress as Art the Clown and has become fixated on him since discovering sketches of him and his victims from the Miles County massacre in their father's sketchbook. That night, Sienna had a nightmare where she encounters Art the Clown in the Clown Cafe, and this leads to a brutal massacre. She awakens from the fire and from her dresser. She loses her wings while the sword that was gifted to her from her father remains unscratched. On Halloween, Jonathan sees Art and the little pale girl at the school playing with the dead possum. He gets blamed for bringing the dead possum inside the school and gets sent home by the RT principal. Sienna and her friend Allie go to the costume store to buy a replacement pair of wings, where they're encountered by Art. He is scaring the shit out of Sienna as she checks out. After she leaves, Art kills the shop vendor and decapitates him, and he eats his heart. Now Art breaks into Allie's home, where he mutilates her to death, slicing her eye, scalping her, flaying her back, breaking off one of her arms while tearing the other one with it, and pouring bleach and salt all over her wounds before ripping off half of her face. Allie's mother is also killed when she is discovered at her daughter's dead body with Art playing with it. Jonathan shows Sienna and her mother Barbara his father's sketchbook of Art, filled with newspaper clippings of killings connecting to him, revealing that the little pale girl was his first victim, named Emily Crane, a daughter of a circus performer whose body was discovered in a makeup trailer. Jonathan believes their father knew how to stop Art, but they do not believe him. After Barbara tears up the sketchbook and hits Jonathan, he runs away. Barbara then finds her car vandalized, and while cleaning it up, she is killed by Art. When Jonathan returns home, he finds his mother's corpse, and Art chases him before drugging and kidnapping him, stealing Sienna's sword in the process. At a Halloween party, Brooke spikes Sienna's drink with ecstasy in an attempt to calm her down, but she has a panic attack when she sees the little pale girl. Brooke and her boyfriend Jeff drive Sienna home, but the little pale girl impersonates Jonathan over the phone and lures Sienna to the Terrifier haunted attraction, an abandoned carnival that where Art killed the little pale girl years before. So now Art kills Jeff by cutting off his dick, and he chases Brooke into the haunted attraction before throwing acid on her face and bludgeoning her to death and eating her heart. Sienna discovers Brooks' corpse and fights Art until he knocks her unconscious. She awakens to find Art using Cat o' Nine Tails on her brother. She overpowers Art and begins attacking him with his own weapons. After Art is killed several times by Sienna and Jonathan, he continuously manages to resurrect. He kills Sienna with her father's sword and throws her into a water torture cell as Art attempts to eat Jonathan. Alright, man, my final thoughts on Terrifier 2 was this fucking movie was insane. I would not recommend letting any little ones watch this at all. And if you're squeamish, I wouldn't watch this movie at all. The practical effects in this movie was fucking perfect. No CGI whatsoever. They did everything right. And just, wow, brutal. When he scalps Allie in her bedroom and how he's torturing her, I think that was way worse than the first one where he cuts the girl right in half. And it is really fucking brutal. But Sienna in this was absolutely fucking gorgeous. But Lauren Rivera was fucking stunning, so hot. I mean, this girl is smoking hot, and she did such a great job in this movie, all the way throughout, because the movie is, you know, about 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and the first hour of the movie, it was like really setting up her story, her background just a little bit, and it's all in one day, and they do a pretty dang good job on it. I know in the last movie they had a lot of you know, they said that there really wasn't that much character development. There really wasn't much depth in the story. But in this one, it was really, really good. They fucking got a really good story. We know this family. We know what's going on. And then they're also going to hint to, like, maybe her father knew Art, or he encountered Art himself before his brain tumor and killed him, because he's having sketches of Art in his sketchbook. And that's why Jonathan is so obsessed with it. And so that's where you kind of really get a good story and maybe a little background on Art the Clown himself. And then we got the little pale girl where he's seeing, but she's not there, but she's always with him. So it's like another little entity that's following Art around that he can only see. So now the last act of the movie is where we're going to get. And they threw a lot of little death scenes in the first hour of the movie. So it wasn't just all character building story. It definitely had blood and gore in the first part of the movie. And then in the last part of the movie, where they make it to the Terrifier haunted attraction, like carnival that's abandoned, is pretty cool. I fucking liked it. Sienna, you know, like I said, she goes out to go try to find Jonathan, and her friends get this, I mean, when the boyfriend, Jeff, is wearing a shirt that says, "Just a tip, I promise," and it's a knife with a little bit of blood on it, and he's off there taking a piss, and fucking Art comes and fucking chops off his dong, and then he slams it up against the window and chases Brooke into the haunted attraction. So pretty good. The ending was really weird, man, because it's like, yeah, Art does seem like he gets killed a few times, and then we get Sienna, which she dies, seems almost like a few times also, but so she gets pushed into that water tank, and now she's back in the Clown Cafe. Welcome to the Clown Cafe, you know, and she's in there, like, she pretty much drowns in this thing, but, you know, they got little super elements going on with this sword, where, you know, it brings her back to life, and she ends up, you know, chopping Art's head off. And it is such a good ending, because, like, he knows it's over, and he's just like, "Oh, go ahead and do it. Here, I'll give you a little bit extra." Boom, boom, and this. So pretty damn good. All right, dude. So my final ranking. Let's get into the ranking right now. So Terrifier 2 is a 2022 horror film that, you know, came out in theaters in a limited release. It made $12 million on like a $250,000 budget. So it was a huge success. The characters in it were awesome. Absolutely love Sienna. Okay, I can just watch her on the screen, and I'm just like, I can just keep my eyes on her. She's so fucking beautiful. So I'm going to give this movie a 9. And that is fucking pretty hard to get a 9 for me. from me, I'm giving Terrifier 2 a 9. You all tell me what you think about this movie in the comment section below, and hit that subscription button on the way out, plus the like, help me get up there. I do horror movies all the time now, so I got some new equipment coming, so everything's going good in the Haunted Basement studio. So with that being said, Triple B's is out of the Haunted Basement studio, and you motherfuckers keep it horror. Terrifier 2 a 9. Laters.
Favorite meals on wheels. The menu is disgusting and it's full of special deals. Nothing here is good for you, so grab yourself a tray, 'cause food to